You've got all this data and you want to put it in a spreadsheet, but you don't even know where to start. There's so many things to do, and it can be so overwhelming with all those cells. Oh my God, what do I do with them all? So, there are 5 main mistakes to avoid when creating your spreadsheet, and I'm going to explain them to you. I'm Tina Palmgren with Excelling Your Business, and I love to help you be more efficient and productive, especially in Excel, because it is such a useful tool. It's not utilized anywhere near its capacity. So let's get to it and let's do the 5 tools or 5 mistakes to avoid when creating a spreadsheet. So the first one is having blank rows and columns. So these are highlighted in yellow. You can see these are all empty columns. If I come over here and click the down end and down arrow, it takes me down to cell number 1,048,576. If I go end and up arrow, it'll bring me back to the top, so to row 1. So there's absolutely nothing in that entire row, so it's kind of useless. These actually have names in them, but there's nothing in any of the other information. So it's a useless row. This is a download from QuickBooks, and so QuickBooks comes into Excel kind of crappy, and it's a little bit of a pain in the butt to get it to transfer over to Excel in a useful way, but I have a way to do that. If you'd like to learn more, you can connect with me at the end of this video. There's a link to do that. So the second one, number 2, is centering numbers. This is probably my pet peeve, especially financial numbers when you're looking at dollar values. This 135 and the 60, that's hard to tell that there's that much difference between them because they're centered. I love my dollars and cents to all be right aligned so they line up, so the commas are in there if they're high enough, over 1,000, that you can see it very quickly and easily, and you can compare and see bigger to little numbers because they're all over to the side. And all of those commas and decimals are lined up. Just makes it easy to analyze. Number 3 is multiple data points within a cell. So this one, because this came in from QuickBooks, this is the way their product is, their name. So it's you witty things. And it's 6x4 cans. So there's 6, I don't know what it means, but it's 4 cans and it's 16 ounces. So typically you would have the product in a column, the size in another column, and the amount in a column. So you'd keep them all separate. That way you can manipulate that data easily. So that's number 3. Number 4 is missing column headings. So this orange one over here, this whole column does not have a heading, nor do these. Another mistake that happens sometimes with the missing column headings is you'll have multiple headings with the same name. You always want to have unique column heading names. So even if you have to put a number behind it, like number or quantity 1 or amount 1, amount 2, but I would try and make it more distinct than a 1 or 2 or 3 behind it, because a lot of people aren't going to know what that means. So you want to use a unique column heading. And the last mistake, number 5, that I see happening is multiple columns for a type. So this one isn't a very good example. However, like for expenses, so if you're categorizing your expenses, a lot of people, instead of having just expense type, they would write sale, or maybe gas here, electric here, supplies, and they would go across, and you have to go find all these columns. It's just, Excel does all the work for you nowadays, so you just make one column and put all that information in these cells as you go. So that's the 5 mistakes. I'm going to come over to this other spreadsheet. So like I said, this was a download from QuickBooks, and this is so you can see how it looks here. And I'm going to show you, this is how we want it to look. So we want it to all be together. There's no blank columns, so I got rid of that original column A, and I got rid of the blank columns in between over here. So if you come back over here, remember there was blank columns. Those are all gone. So what I'm going to do is create this into a table, because Excel tables do a lot more work for us. And that is right on the Home tab. It's right about in the middle. It says Format as a Table. You can pick any of these styles that you like. I typically go with this one because, one, I love blue. Two, I like to see the columns being outlined a little bit. And the other thing to make sure is my column has headers. And that's my top row, which it does. So I'm going to select OK. And now you can see that I've just created a table. The other thing I want to do is when I go into that table, I get this other tab. It says Table Design. So that is new. If I click off of that table, that tab goes away. So I want to make sure I'm on that table again and come in here, and there's a button called Total Row. I'm just going to click that. This total actually is a balance, and it's not really any good, so I just want to make sure I'm going to come in and total. You just click the drop down. I want to total the amount, and I want to total the number of items. So I sold 34 items for $1,793. So this is letting Excel do more of the work for you. You didn't have to put in any of the formulas, the sum, or anything else. But this allows you, I can then come in and sort any of these. These are already sorted in alpha order, but they're not sorted in invoice order. Maybe I want to do that, so I can go smallest to shortest, or smallest to largest, sorry. And otherwise I can come back to customer and say sort A to Z. And now it puts it back in. And so you can play with this data in multiple different ways, and that's what I love about Excel. It's allowing you to do more things very quickly. So again, the 5 things to avoid are: number 1, blank rows and columns in your data. Number 2, centering your financial numbers, especially because it makes it hard to read and analyze. Number 3, multiple data types in one cell. Number 4, missing columns and headings, or missing column headings, sorry. And number 5, creating multiple columns for a type of data. So that's the 5. Let me come back out of here and get to my other screen. That is the 5 mistakes to avoid when creating an Excel spreadsheet. I'm Tina Palmgren with Excelling Your Business, and I'd love to have a conversation if you want to learn more about Excel, or how you can make things better and work more for you. Because Excel should do a lot more of the work for you. It's about making your day easier and more efficient and fun. Then if you're struggling with it and don't know how to use it properly, it completely, I understand, makes you so annoyed and overwhelmed, and it just takes your day longer. So I'm about making it fast and easy for you. So if you want to have a conversation, check out that link below and sign up for a free 15-minute consultation. Doesn't cost you anything, but you might lose some of that frustration you have with Excel. Have a wonderful day. Thank you. Bye.